Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Way to Tech Stack. Today I want to introduce that I'm going to teach you AWS ECS, which stands for Elastic Container Services. Let me introduce myself on a quick note. My name is Sudham Reddy Duba, working as a cloud architect in one of the organization, holding an 12 plus of years experience in IT domain, as well as 8 plus years of experience in containerization technology. I hold certifications in Kubernetes like Certified Kubernetes Administration and Certified Kubernetes Security Specialist. As part of it, in this training program, let me tell you what are the topics I'm going to cover. First, we'll be talking about what is a container. Because we know that most of the organizations nowadays, they are running their applications as a container. So what is it? What it has? How we can run our containers in this platform? We'll talk about that as part of introduction. Then we have a tools like Docker Engine and Docker Swarm as part of open source. What are the advantages of them? What are the limitations we have? We are going to discuss as part of introduction so that we will understand why we have to go for AWS ECS. And then we need to understand the ECS architecture and their benefits, followed by the components of ECS platform. We have different components in ECS platform where they work together in order to launch your container applications on ECS platform. And then we need to understand the ECS infrastructure as well. We have different capacity options so that we can run our container applications on AWS Cloud within the region or across the regions, or we have serverless architecture, or we have on-premises data center as well that we can integrate to the ECS. These particular points in detail we are going to talk in this particular topic. And then followed by pricing models. So we have different pricing models based on the options that we have selected while launching our ECS cluster. And then we need to talk about VPC network as well. Why? Because we are launching our ECS platform on a VPC network. Without having a network, you cannot launch your cluster. That's the reason at least we need to know the basics or the fundamentals of VPC network. Because under the VPC, we have many resources like VPC, subnet, internet gateway, NAT gateway. Then we have peering connection, transit gateway, and other resources. So we have to talk about them in detail as part of VPC net. Then followed by launch template. Launch template is all about you have to define how you want to launch your instance as part of auto scaling group, because auto scaling group will be used by ECS in order to launch their infrastructure of different options that we select. And then followed by how to integrate a load balancing service in your ECS platform. That is nothing but Elastic Load Balancer. We'll be talking about application load balancer, and then we'll be talking about network load balancer as well. And then storage. We have to see how to integrate EBS, Elastic Block Storage, and Elastic File System. After this, we need to talk about Elastic Container Registry, because as part of the development, we will store our custom images in ECR, which is a AWS service. Now, if you want to launch a container by pulling the image from ECR, we have to know how to integrate it to the ECS cluster. And then followed by, we need to know how to launch an application on the ECS cluster. As part of that, we have to create a task definition. We need to know how to create a task definition versions as well. And then followed by how to launch a task. If you want to run your application on ECS, first we need to learn about task. Task is like a standalone pod in Kubernetes. If you don't know about that, no need to worry. As part of the sessions, we'll be talking about in detail what is meant by task. Because a task will have one container or more than one container. Together, it will be launched. So we need to talk about in detail. For now, task is one of the topic. And then services. For example, in Kubernetes, it is called as deployment object, or we can say replica set or a replication controller. And then followed by forget. As I told you, there is a serverless architecture. If you don't want to worry about underlying infrastructure to run your applications on a container, then we have a Fargate platform that we can use in ECS cluster. And also, we need to monitor the services, and we need to monitor the cluster, and also we need to monitor the applications inside running the cluster. Then what is a monitoring tool that we have to use? In AWS, we have a service called CloudWatch. By using this CloudWatch, we are going to monitor the metrics, and we are going to pull the logs as well as a container insights. And then followed by, we need to send some notifications as well. In AWS, we have SNS, simple notification service, where we have to configure the topic and we have to configure the subscription. It could be email subscription or it could be a mobile notification of a different types. We need to know how to integrate this SNS service to the ECS as well. After completing this SNS topic, then finally we have to know the key takeaways. So what are the things that we have to plan, or what are the things that we have to take into consideration if you want to launch your applications as a container on ECS platform? We are going to discuss them in key takeaways. Finally, the conclusion part. So this is the topics which I'm going to discuss as part of this training program in my YouTube channel. On a daily basis, I will upload the videos. We can watch them and you can learn the topic of ECS from this training program. I hope this will help you a lot to upgrade your career, or if you are a fresher, you can learn this particular topic, how this IT industry works in order to run their application on container platform, especially on AWS Cloud. Thank you and happy learning.